everyone. Today is currently October 13th, 2025. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and this is Peace. Hi, everybody. I'm Peace. I bring peace. Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. Hi! My content is not for everyone, and I say it respectfully. It's not. To the genuine ones with no intentions, I truly hope all is well in your end, and I truly hope that you continue to find peace within regards to who gave up on you, overlooked you, didn't know how to love you, respect you, or protect you. Never ever get discouraged because someone says you don't have potential. Because when the right people walk into your life, they see you, they hear you, they respect you, and they actually cheer you on. They're not seeing you in the evil eye, they don't project the sport towards you. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day, or energy harvesting off your energy. And I say that respectfully. Never give up on yourself because someone didn't know how to meet you halfway. You matter and you are worthy of the right people pouring into you. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. No, I have a shit on me, goddamn. My content is everybody. That's okay. It's not. You know what? Practice makes perfect. They will never understand your world. You know that intervention that you had one-on-one, truly keep it real. When they were saying that you was mentally ill, but God was protecting your heart all in 1 second. That conscience is different when you understand relating to God, you know, God's path. When it comes to your faith, you may not make sense to the average person, but sitting down with God one-on-one, they would never understand how you don't pray the same. You know, as the average person, having high vibration frequency at the end of the day is going to bother too much mental health. That's why they got those spoken in a toxic way. Or because they want you to dim your light when it comes to your faith. They even try to run your reputation, have a hate train towards you. Or because, hold on 1 second, God was willing to spin the block for you. You know, you never looked at your neighbor like competition. Never had hate in your vein. Hold on 1 second. We don't all operate the same when it comes to, hold on 1 second, healing, trauma, and pain. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. It's not a crime to be yourself, and I say that respectfully. You know, gang stalking is real to your household, and you're not doing it for likes, music, cloud chasing, or fame. We are all not the same. You don't have to know someone for someone to monitor your every move. You don't have to know someone for them to hack your device, your accounts, your emails, or paint you out to be the villain in a story. Or you don't have to know for someone to pay somebody from your past life part of your reality today. For them to make money off of you. You know, to get a narrative of somebody that you used to be, or something that you outgrew that day, or even when someone had to lie on you. One thing you never had to do was run from who you was, being authentic. You know, certain folks will never understand you was far from mentally unstable when they try to paint you to be the villain in their story. Never give up on yourself, and I say it respectfully. And never allow someone to dim your light. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. No mother or father should lose a child due to jealousy or hate or envy or in someone's insecurity, or someone had to gather a hate train to project spoke towards somebody, or someone had to send someone an evil eye because someone didn't understand someone's motivation because, hold on 1 second, we all don't pray the same. You know, my content is not everybody. It's not. No mother or father or loved one should lose a child because of someone's low IQ score. It didn't matter. He tax bracket. No ever tricked over me. That mother and that father brought a gift into this world, regardless if they divided households or not. At the end of the day, how mother and father didn't have to do it for likes, because of cloud chasing or fame. When they actually poured into their baby on their rainy days, you know, good days, bad days, misunderstanding days. They actually being authentic when they actually said, I love my baby in the most healthiest way. Regardless what they was going through, they didn't have their moms and their pops in their life. Everybody's not the same when it comes to their walk of life. My content is not for everybody. No mother or father should lose a child due to someone's low IQ score or envy or jealousy or controlling issues. To strip a child out of their household when a mother pours into that baby, a father pours into that baby, regardless they came from poverty and pain. They knew how to protect that baby. They provided a roof for that baby, regardless of what circumstance they was going through. Regardless if they was in a single family household or not. They didn't pretend to love that child. They showed up for that child good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. It should be no reason why a mother is wandering off when it comes to her mental health. Hold on 1 second, she's actually strong. Or because someone wanted to be the devil that day. To take that baby out that household when that mother didn't have to pretend to be a mother, let alone a role model. Or a father, and I say that respectfully. No mother or father should be stripped away from their child. And especially when that mother and father is not doing it for likes and views when they show up for that child. good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. My content is not for everyone. It's not. Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. I said what I said. I ain't trying to dim my light and hear my puppet fall from a hater. Malicious intentions. That what you trying to project on me, neighbor. What happened? Yeah, someone had malicious intentions towards me. They were sending me the evil line when I was just trying to pray to the good God. You know, I don't understand. I'm just a puppet. You know, it's different people in this neighborhood and in communities and all across the world. Like, you know, it's not a crime to be yourself, Naya. I don't understand. Someone sent us the evil lie, alone project Spoiler. They even threw bugs on us. What's wrong with these people? And then when you speak up for us, or whatever the case may be, they quick to say that we're mentally unstable. I'm just trying to live my life, trying to better myself. I ain't trying to dim my light, neighbor. You such a hater. It's not a crime to be authentic, right, Naya? No, it's not. They said that you need a therapist, Naya. They said there's something that's mentally wrong with you. Why did it have to take over 20 people to gang up on you, Naya? That really hurt my feelings. I'm sorry, Peace. No, it's not your fault, but I'm here for you, Naya. You know, not everybody has that emotional support team at the end of the day to be by their side. You know, when folks is going through trials and tribulations in life, you know, everybody's walk of life is not the same. But you don't bother nobody, Naya. You're absolutely right, Peace. I got something to say to you, Naya. You mad or you worthy, don't give up on yourself. You mad or you worthy, don't give up on yourself. A healthy relationship you found you. A healthy relationship you found you. Your moms and your pops wasn't there when they really needed to be there for you. They went against you, Naya. We saw what they did behind closed doors. God saw them too. Right, Naya? You're absolutely right. Thank you, Peace. No problem. You done? No, I got a lot to say, Naya. The last video had me thinking. You know, everybody goes through different trials and tribulations in life. You know that relationship that you was in? I'm talking to you, neighbor. Hey, you. They put their hands on you. They disrespected you. They abused you mentally, physically, emotionally. Said that you were stupid and ugly. You remember that, neighbor? And you are beautiful. You are handsome. You poured into the wrong cup. Not everybody's walk of life is the same. You know? You didn't have your mom or your father. Everybody's walk of life ain't the same, so listen up. My content is not for everybody, okay? I'm Peace and I bring peace. Thank you, Peace. No problem, Naya. I got your back like you got mine. You heard? So after this, do you think you could give me a snack? I got you. Go ahead, finish. You know, not everybody's mother and father was a good support team. You know, some people lost their family to the system, you know, being incarcerated. And sometimes, you know, a mother, when they start having other children, they start overlooking you. And they even disrespect you, call you a whole bunch of BITCHs. Neither, do you remember when you heard your mother say, I wish I would have got rid of that son of a bitch? Peace. 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 That's all I bought. You're right, Naya. But you had God. Not everybody has God. I'm so proud of you, Naya. Not everybody understands your walk of life. But you never switched up having a beautiful heart. I'm losing my voice now, Naya. I'm a little pissed off. But this is what happens. Thing called life. But you fought from a crash out. But you knew how to be there for everybody. Don't dim your light, neighbor. Your situation may be different. You ever got spell work thrown on you and didn't know how to get it off for you? They try to mess up your beauty. Naya's a prime example. They try to mess up her beauty, but she's still beautiful. They gonna try to lie and say she's crazy. They even try to rob her mentally, spiritually, financially, even make her homeless. Have you ever had that happen to your neighbor? You ever had someone say nobody's gonna hear you? God hears you, God sees you. I'll talk to you later. I gotta get my voice back together. Later to the genuine ones, I gotta go. I'm Naya, Genuine Love Respect, and my content is not for everyone. And I say it respectfully. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions, and I say that respectfully. Regardless of what man or woman is threatening my life or who has me shadow banned in the day, or regardless who's trying to make me homeless or rob me mentally, spiritually, financially, or try to energy harvest off my energy or project sport towards me, I do not live in fear. I walk these streets alone and I would never hurt myself. And I say that respectfully. Regardless to what your tax bracket is, regardless if you came from poverty, pain or not. I know how to respect my neighbor. Thank you, no thank you. Always be yourself when someone says you don't have potential. And I say that respectfully.
Mama said she love you, but she got to show it. Mama said she love you, but she forgot to show it.
Mama never said she loved you. She never even showed it. She made you feel at the end of the day you had to do so much for her time and day. Only was to hold on 1 second. You ain't have to grow up fast. You even have to grow up fast. That ain't just different. You know, certain folks will get into certain vocabularies, don't even know what they talking about when they come to your strength, which you overcame while you had to let go. That family tie at the end of the day. Hold on 1 second, you wasn't trying to lose yourself. You ever heard someone call you slow, stupid, and retarded? That was your mom's at the end of the day. That was supposed to protect you from the world at the end of the day. Talking about she trying to give you the proper nourishment, proper tools at the end of the day when it came to that food. You know that teacher that said they got your back, but they was the main ones being your enemy at the end of the day. Hold on 1 second, how do I survive? And they said I'm a mental case. Wow. You ever spoken for yourself, keeping it real? They quit to say that you're mentally ill all because you're truly keeping it real. You know, being authentic, being that child at the end of the day. You wasn't trying to hurt nobody. But I heard they said, you know, when it comes to certain folks' household, be yourself, don't dim your light. Be yourself, don't dim your light. Everybody's household damn sure wasn't the same. Imagine holding yourself back for so many years, being anti-social. Only was to hold on 1 second, you was far from the issue. It's a chain of thought for me. You know, you always pour it into the wrong cup. But only as to hold on 1 second, God didn't shortchange you when it come to your growth. At the end, they actually mature in. It had to wait till you became an adult to rest. Hold on 1 second, my voice didn't matter when they said I was mentally unstable, when I was really keeping it real. All the reasons they said what they said at the end of the day, because I saw things that I wasn't supposed to see, and I didn't have to pretend.
Love yourself, don't dim your light. Love yourself, don't dim your light.
You know, certain individuals want you to dim your light. It's things at the end of the day when it comes to your past. You wasn't trying to allow yourself to hold on to it. Wow. You know, in life they say get over it. But when certain folks can't take account before they ask at the end of the day, how do you truly heal to understand your own intuitions? You gotta show up for yourself to find out you're mentally strong, even when they called you slow, stupid, and retarded when you wasn't wrong. Imagine expressing yourself to your enemy at the end of the day. Only was to hold on 1 second, I was supposed to get fam that day. Only was you had to realize that at the end of the day, blood didn't make you family. Only was to hold on 1 second when God didn't make a mistake, when God was really showing you that strangers could truly be your protectors. Actually love you and respect you. Didn't matter they tax back low on their culture or their religion. Hold on 1 second. You know how when you have certain folks come into your life, how this word family at the end of the day, now they want to make themselves so irrelevant because someone is treating you right. Imagine someone pouring into you, someone not doing you wrong to get physical, or because they're not behind the narrative of doing you wrong. You ever had your moms, your pops trying to line you up with the outside world trying to discourage you, trying to paint you up to be mentally unstable, or because they was putting a couple of dollars in someone's pockets in the most toxic way, and they said that they love you at the end of the day, only because they wanted to rob you from your self-vision of your reflection. You know, everybody's walk of life ain't the same. I'm just being authentic. Hold on 1 second. Entertainment purposes only. I was far from pretending.
Love yourself, never dim your light. Love yourself, never dim your light.
Wow. They say trauma won't allow you to grow. They say certain wounds, certain folks will never understand how you truly woke. How did you overcome those obstacles with no support? It was real fake love. Only was to hold on 1 second. You didn't have to dish your fam, actually be respectful. Imagine someone walking into your life, projecting spoke in a toxic way. Only was to hold on 1 second, your fam was on the same page to dim your light. They smiled in your face, hold on 1 second. And it was behind the judge at the end of the day trying to lock you up. put you in a psych ward when it came to that mental institution, all because, hold on a second, you was truly keeping it real, being comfortable in your skin, didn't have to hurt nobody. You know, because when you go through trials and tribulations in life, you ever got authorities in your face at the end of the day, the first thing they ask you at the end of the day, are you going to harm yourself or anybody else? And the first thing you say, I would never hurt myself or my peers around me, didn't matter how old they was, let alone their tax bracket. It's a train of thought for me. Imagine expressing yourself to the wrong person, and they quick to lock you or put you in a psych ward, all because you was venting to the wrong person. You was having a bad day. Nobody understood your vocabulary when it come to, hold on one second, didn't matter your tax bracket. You didn't have to pretend to be authentic. I just want someone to love you without projecting the case. It's a train of thought for me. You know, being your own prisoner in your own world, when you fall from a criminal, regardless of what you've been through. Everybody goes to trials and tribulations. Get lost at the end of the day, even if you got lost in your words. Hold on one second. God was still trying to show you that you was worthy. They don't understand that God was real. All the obstacles that you had to overcome, they would never understand how God was keeping it real. Being your own worst enemy, nah.
God got my back, God got my back. God got my back, God got my back.
I ain't trying to dim my light. Even when folks trying to pay me up to be a crash, I was truly from wild now. I understand at the end of the day, God's steps is different. When God spent that block today, hold on one second. It's certain folks that didn't care about my whereabouts. I could go days and months or years to the end of the day without talking to certain folks that went from being family. Only was a distance, had to understand that, hold on one second, I was truly mentally strong. They didn't care about me. Everybody said, I love you, I got your back, but they just wanted to know what I had going on when it came in my pockets, let alone how I was doing. It's someone putting their hands on me because they would truly make them feel more comfortable to understand at the end of the day someone truly abusing me. Only if you knew at the end of the day what I truly had to go through when someone tried to rob me mentally, pay me out to be the villain in their story. Imagine your mom sending someone in your life to rob you mentally, spiritually, and financially. Only energy harvest off your energy. The first thing they say, nah, she crazy. Being authentic. And you was far from that. And you never knew your pops. You ever had a male figure come into your life, but like, I ain't trying to be your pops, regardless if it's your uncle or not, blood related, but you wasn't looking for a man. When it came to a father figure at the end of the day, you just wanted someone to stand on their 2 feet to understand the hold on a second. I need respect too. Being human. It's a chain of thought for me. You know, being authentic will bother certain folks' mental health. You wasn't crying out for help. You just truly keeping it real. It bothers certain folks' mental health. Wow. You know, everybody's walk of life ain't the same. He said, where you going with this, Naya? We all not the same. You know, the universe is so beautiful. You come across different avatars, different spirits, different souls, or whatever the case may be. By nature, how God allowed us to see. We can actually have the power to respect our neighbor, just to be on the same page, but keep your distance when someone's truly not for you. No need to pretend, neighbor. Regardless of what you've been through when it comes to trials and tribulations, you can still respect your neighbor, not paint them out to be, hold on one second, one-sided. Because you can't understand their conscience when it comes to motivation. Hold on one second, they wasn't trying to hurt nobody. You know, I may not make sense to the average person, but that's okay. Just like that relationship you lost at the end of the day when it came to your love of your life. Only was the hold on one second, you wasn't seeking revenge. You just wanted to pour into yourself for another day. You understood how it feels to be on an empty stomach, that nobody hears your pain when you're crying out for help. You know, when you lose that loved one at the end of the day, the love of your life, only was they by your side. They left this world, this thing called 3D, but they still by your side at the end of the day when it comes to the spiritual world. Hold on one second, this thing called life. I may not make sense to the average person, but that's okay.
Love yourself, never dim your light. Love yourself, never dim your light.
You almost got lost in a couple of folks' words. Dealing with abusive relation for someone to do you wrong. Only realize, hold on one second, you was far from mentally ill. You ever sat down with that doctor, or that co-worker at the end of the day that became your co-worker when you least expected? Only realize, hold on one second, they said that couldn't be me that day. Only realize, hold on one second, behind closed doors, someone was whipping their ass when they least expected, when they didn't have to pretend. That's what they said. You ever came across somebody that said, I could never be in a situation for someone to put their hands on me? Only was the hold on one second, they didn't understand their strength when they had to actually walk away, regardless of how old they was that day. Only because the hold on 1 second, they overlooked you when it came to judging you that day in the most unhealthiest way. You didn't ask to be abused. You didn't ask to be disrespected. You didn't ask for outside folks at the end of the day to get into your relationship, to pay the next person to dim your light. You know, to kick you down and see you frown, to maintain 8 pockets at the end of the day. They ain't want you to fix your crown. You know how this type of stuff actually happens. How an outside at the end of the day will take someone's couple of dollars just to do you wrong physically. Hold on 1 second, you was far from wrong when you actually knew how to respect a stranger. Only to realize the hold on 1 second they wanted to project pain, to play mind manipulation games. Only realize the hold on 1 second, your life would never be the same. How this type of stuff actually happens. Imagine pouring into someone. Only realize the hold on 1 second they had a hand problem this whole entire time. Regardless, at the end of the day, you wasn't trying to hurt nobody. Regardless, at the end of the day, all you want to do is someone be on the same page with you. You ain't have controlling issues. You knew how to respect someone when it came to hold on 1 second, when it came to their motivation. Hold on 1 second. I respect everything about you. Down to your feet. Hold on 1 second to your crown. Hold on 1 second. I ain't got to get physical with you. You know, everybody's operating not the same. Only reason the hold on 1 second, all you want to do is protect someone's heart, but y'all wasn't on the same page. Imagine walking into someone's life and that counselor that was talking to you, they say, how can someone do you so wrong when you truly know how to treat somebody right? Wow, finally someone sees you. You know, God sent the angel into your life when you least expect it. Because when you pray to go within, you just ask God when it comes to your conscience, send all the right people into your life when it comes to motivation. I ain't trying to lose myself another day. I'm going through already enough. I ain't got family by my side to actually hear me, to see me, to respect me. They keep talking about get your life together. That's all you keep doing at the end of the day when it comes to motivation, choosing yourself when you're truly far from mentally unstable. You know, everybody has good, bad days. Who would have known that the angel would have walked into your life? Only was the hold on 1 second. They would truly guide you in the right way. You know, because when God sends the right people into your life, they see you, they hear you, they respect you. They ain't trying to blackmail you with your words or their words at the end of the day to kick you down. They want to maintain your crown because you know why? You guys, baby, the energy is different when it comes to God maintaining your smile. Regardless of what storm is being put in front of you when the devil try to stop you, test you. Hold on 1 second. That conscious when motivation hits different. I may not make sense to the average person, but nobody deserves to be in a domestic violence situation when it comes to someone saying that they love you, respect you, they got your back, but the whole entire time they trying to hurt you. It's a train of thought for me. You know, my content is not for everybody, and that's okay. It's someone that just lost a mother and father. They feel like their voice doesn't matter. They feel like they being overlooked when it comes to certain conversations at the end of the day. But hold on 1 second, I just want to weather this storm they can't relate to, the outside world looking at me. I just want the right people walking into my life to actually see me, not blackmail me when it comes to my situation at the end of the day. Because you know folks do that. They take your situation, say, then you need me that day. They take your situation, try to blackmail you, throw it in your face, like I had to stop what I had to do to throw it in your face. You know, it was genuine at the end of the day. Being authentic would never have to try hard, and I say that respectfully because someone truly pray for you, not against you. They ain't just different when it comes to hold on 1 second. Someone truly communicating with you in the most healthiest way. You know, my content is not for everyone, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself with no misintentions. You know, when it comes to healing trauma and pain, it's not a race or an overnight process.
Love you, love you, love you, don't dim your light. Love you, don't dim your light. Love you, don't dim your light.
It's how can I love me when I can't see? How can I believe in faith when everybody overlooks me? I want to respect myself first, but it's hard to go within. I got so many wounds. Hold on 1 second. I don't know how to feel. I don't know how to refill those empty spaces. You know, childhood trauma is real. It goes into your adulthood. You know, people would paint you out to be mentally ill. They would disrespect you so bad. They even try to rob you mentally, spiritually, financially, even blackmail you to paint you out to be the villain in their story. Only was the hold on 1 second. Unconditional love could truly last. You know, my content is not for everybody, and that's okay. But when the devil tries to stop you, the devil will try to distract you. Never allow that to stop you from choosing you. Because when you pour into yourself, the right people see you, hear you, and respect you with no malicious intention. I say that respectfully. You know, gang stalking is real. You don't have to know somebody for them to gang stalk you. You don't have to know someone for someone to monitor your every move from the time that you leave out your household, or you're going to that bank, or you're going to this check cashing place, or you're going to that store, or you're going to that customer service rep, or you're going into that gym. You don't have to know someone for them to gang stalk you, or hack your devices, your emails, your accounts, or even try to portray themselves as if they know you, regardless of their tax bracket, and I say that respectfully. You know, my content is not for everybody. You know, individuals with insecurity problems, jealousy, and envy at the end of the day will project spell towards you or send you the evil lie. They will project beauty magic towards you so you won't look at your appearance the same way ever again. They will send spell work towards you when it comes to your finances. They will even know people that work in different departments when it comes to HRA to make you homeless, rob you mentally, spiritually, financially, even blackmail you against you. How this type of stuff actually happens. They will even sit there and say that you're mentally unstable, but they pick and choose who can listen to music. They pick and choose who can wear this outfit. They pick and choose who can be part of that group. They pick and choose at the end of the day, you could be down with me. It's a shame thought for me. Everybody's not meant to fit in certain vocabularies, but it's called respect regardless of your culture, your religion, your sexual orientation, your disability, or your age. My content is not for everybody. You know, gang stalking is real. And you matter and you are worthy. And there's individuals that feel like their voice does not matter. And they're not doing it for likes and views when they pour into the wrong cup. When they speak up for themselves, they're being labeled as mentally unstable and crazy at the end of the day because you got certain people in certain departments that are able to control the narrative or able to take someone's documentation and blackmail them against them and say that they are this, they are that. How this type of stuff actually happens. They even dig up your past and pay people because someone's having financial stability problems right now, whatever the case may be. But these individuals don't even live in your reality. They know to old you, or they even have to tell lies about you. But one thing that you never had to do when it comes to maturing is run from who you are. I could repeat anything that I did that day. I could repeat anything I said that day. I don't need nobody trying to pay me out to be the villain of their story, let alone tell who I am. And I say that respectfully. I may be whack and corny to you. I may not be irrelevant to you. But when God sends the right people into your life, respect is a two-way street. They see you, they hear you, they respect you. They're not sending you the evil eye. They're not projecting spoke towards you. I'm far from a sex worker and I'm far from an addict, regardless to what man or woman is trying to blackmail me, or regardless to who has me shadow banned, or who's threatening my life, regardless to what man is threatening my life, regardless to what woman is threatening my life, or regardless to what child is threatening my life. And I say that respectfully. I would never hurt myself or my peers around me. It's not a crime to be your authentic self. You know, healing trauma and pain is not a race overnight process. I am healing from a hate crime that was done to me. I would never hurt myself, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself. Never allow someone to discourage you from self-love. Never allow someone to discourage you from choosing yourself when it comes to this next chapter in life. Because someone doesn't understand why you tie your shoe the way you do, and you ain't got much intentions to hurt yourself or others around you. You know, when you express yourself, you ain't trying to hurt yourself or others around you, regardless you came from poverty and pain. My content is not for everyone, and I say that respectfully.
Loving yourself, the better yourself. It was the beautiful lies that the devil had to tell.
You know, someone made you their enemy. Only was the hold on 1 second and made you uncomfortable. But God was really showing you it's okay to be comfortable in your skin. Was God was really protecting you. Didn't have to worship the devil when it came to their pain. They was trying to reflect it on you. You understood obstacles they can't relate to is standing up for yourself. That energy has different when God was really showing you better for yourself. I love myself not to dim my light. I'm stepping for me when they overlooked me. Hold on 1 second. They said I didn't have potential. Being authentic, a women they can't relate to. Hold on 1 second. They was trying to rob me mentally, spiritually. They said I was mentally unstable. All because, hold on 1 second, took a whole hate train to dim my light. Hold on 1 second. I was practicing what I was truly preaching. Hold on 1 second. God being patient with me. You know, when you don't worship the devil, you know, the enemy, the devil, will try to test you. I don't play with spell work or magic, and I say that respectfully. I could say return back to sender all day long, and the devil would choose they'll try to project spoke towards me. Or the enemy ain't even gotta know me at the end of it, project spoke in a toxic way. They don't want me to be coming to my own skin when it comes to hold on 1 second relating to my smile. Only was the hold on 1 second when God was really trying to fix my crown. Always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. I may not make sense to the average person, but my content is not for everyone, and I say this respectfully. I may not know how to sing, but I know how to be authentic. I had individuals threaten my life. I walk these streets alone, and I don't live in fear, and I say that respectfully. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. No mother or father or loved one should have to get a phone call and be ran down to the emergency department of a hospital or run outside to find out someone had jealousy and envy towards their baby, or someone was sending spell work or the evil lie towards their child. Didn't matter their culture, their religion, their sexual orientation, disability, age. Because a lot of people don't understand that we live in a spiritual world. A lot of people don't understand that people sit there with energy, harvest off your energy until you can't even understand and motivate yourself. They want you to be in the mindset of being mentally unstable. They will throw so much spell work towards you, and it has to take a whole group of people to go against one person. Jealousy and envy is real. They like, nah, I got too much money in my pocket to be thinking about you because you're truly mentally ill. That's what they try to project on you. But if that was the case at the end of the day, you wouldn't try to lie me. You wouldn't try to second my freedom when it comes to my conscience. You wouldn't be in my dreams at the end of the day when God's revealing the devil, low and the enemy, holding myself in two different levels. I'm high vibration at the end of the day. I ain't trying to lose me. That energy is different. I don't care what you're trying to do to me. Because I put everything in God's hand, and I say that respectfully. Then I have to pretend when God gave me wings at the end of the day you can't relate to. And the spiritual world at the end of the day, I had to be true to me. It's not you come relate to is stay in your lane, neighbor. You got so much hate and envy in your vein. It didn't matter my coach at the end of the day how you try to destroy you when it comes to your own pain. Because if you ain't had pain in you, if you had jealousy and envy within you, you would motivate yourself to pour into yourself and understand to stay in your lane. How this type of stuff actually happens. When the enemy, the devil, tried to stop you, I wasn't trying to get discouraged because you didn't understand my point of view. I knew how to respect my neighbor, give him flowers when his credit was due. I was far from a copycat, being authentic, having potential.
I love myself, not the dim my light. I love myself, not the dim my light. You know the devil would try to stop you. You know the enemy would try to confuse you.
You know how this type of stuff actually happens. They would send you spell work in a toxic way. They even will play with your music at the end of the day. You know, they would send you frequencies to try to distract you. They got your next door neighbor, different tags, bracket, pain you have to be the issue. Or because hold on 1 second, you fall from that criminal. You know, being authentic. It'd be the train of thought for me to have that still someone's swag. Being authentic regardless of someone's mental health. Hold on 1 second. Self-love can truly last. I never had to run from my past. Regardless of you trying to pay me out to be the villain in your story. And I say that respectfully. How individuals will hack your devices, your accounts, monitor your every move, even have you under surveillance. And then when you speak up for yourself, they quick to see that you're mentally unstable. They will even hack your device if you're on the internet or not, or your phones or your emails. They would delete certain things and paint you out to be you bugging. They would remove certain videos like you was just watching it. Like, hold on 1 second. That video was just available. Only was the hold on 1 second you was truly woke when it comes to your conscience at the end of the day. They was trying to play with your mental. How this type of stuff actually happens when you was far from a crash out. That's what they're trying to paint you at the bit at the end of the day when they try to destroy your character traits, being authentic. You know? This type of stuff actually happens. I don't live in fear and I would never hurt myself, and I say that respectfully. How someone would threaten or disrespect you, they looking for a reaction out of you. Didn't matter a tax bracket, community, culture, or religion at the end of the day. Either if you want to train, they looking for a reaction out of you. Regardless if you're in a bus, they looking for a reaction out of you. They would disrespect you, tell you every moves, or start singing certain songs, or start playing certain music that you only play when it comes to certain point of views. You know, certain people don't know what type of music you listen to. But then they start saying certain things about your character traits, only that you would know. When it comes to gang stalking, then they quit to say that you're mentally unstable when you truly woke. You know, gang stalking is real. I am my biggest cheerleader. Regardless to who's trying to blackmail me, or regardless to who is surveillance me, regardless if they're addict or not, or regardless who's trying to project fear in me, trying to paint me out to be a crash out. I would never hurt myself. It's so disgusting to see that someone can have more than you and try to ruin your reputation because they're trying to make a point of view. when you never wanted their spot. You just knew how to respect your neighbor to stay in your lane when they didn't know how to. We ain't the same, neighbor. I'm far from a hater. They don't have to pretend to be authentic. Always be yourself. I don't play with spell work and I don't play with magic. And I don't have to send my neighbor the evil eye. I pray for my neighbor, not against my neighbor. And I say that respectfully. I never knew it was a crime to express yourself without hurting someone. You had to threaten someone's life, but someone would try to blackmail you and paint you to be the villain of their story, or someone would hear something and try to change the narrative of who you are. Just because, hold on one second, they wanted to control the narrative. Because they wanted to kick you down, to paint you out to be someone that you're truly not. Always be yourself. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is Naya for everybody. You know, when it comes to gang stalking, individuals will paint you out to be somebody you're truly not. For someone that wants to go in a relationship with you, or someone that wants to do business with you, they will hack your mail, your emails, your packages. They will act like it was sent to you. They probably was signed for you. This type of stuff that happens with gang stalking. They will even try to rob you, humiliate you. They will even paint you out to be somebody that you're truly not, all because you do have potential. They will even if you're a content creator or not at the end of the day, they will be behind the scenes playing with your numbers. You're supposed to get more numbers than you actually are. And where they would shadow ban you or whatever the case may be. Or they will even pay people from your past not to deal with you. They will even control the fact that you probably have a couple of probably have a couple of friends on your page, but they will make sure that you don't have access to it. So when they kick you out into the real world to make you homeless, you're not able to have access to nobody. So everybody will overlook you and paint you out to be mentally unstable. You know, this type of stuff actually happens. And my content is not for everybody, and I say it respectfully. They will even have conversations and act like you was part of the conversations. They will even threaten your life that nobody will ever hear you or believe you. They will rob you mentally, spiritually, financially. And they would try to paint a narrative at the end of the day. When you get to go to this part of your life or go to that state or go to that continent, that nobody's going to deal with you. They're going to make sure that you're homeless so you're not able to provide for yourself. Or they will even look at people, they will even make people believe at the end of the day that you're an addict, you're a sex worker. They will paint people out to be that you're somebody you're truly not at the end of the day. Or because they want to control the narrative of who you are. You know, you probably didn't speak to people for years at a time. But when someone truly knows your genuine heart, and regardless if y'all went years without talking, they know one thing about you, that you're nothing but a sweetheart. And things that certain people will say about you in the day, that math don't add up. A person does not speak to you for years and months and years at a time at the end of the day, but one thing about you at the end of the day, your heart will never switch. Not everybody's like that. But when you had a bond with somebody, and you poured into someone, even days when they couldn't see, even days where they didn't understand their own vocabulary, it's one thing that it will always be a key to their heart. No, at the end of the day, you have a genuine heart. And not only that, when you're a transparent person and you know how to be real with people at the end of the day, they respect you and they know who you are. You know, some people don't know who certain individuals are, but when it comes to having a heart at the end of the day, and when you know that you come across a real individuals that don't run from their past and they can speak, oh, well, I did this and I did that and I did this that day and I did that day, they know who they dealing with at the end of the day. That ain't just different. And they're not going to listen to he say, she say, because they know who you are. And I say that respectfully. Only an individual that need a couple of dollars in their pocket, only an individual that doesn't like you for only personal reasons because you walked away from a situation or because you had to distance yourself from certain individuals at the end of the day. When you come across a real individual at the end of the day, they know your heart. And my content is not for everyone. You know, when God closed certain doors in your life from your past, it wasn't to run from it. It was to take accountability for your actions. That maturity has different when you're acting your body weight. And God was never for like he was a cloud chasing or fame. That energy is different. We all ain't the same. Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. Hi to the genuine ones. Hey! I got my voice back. Love yourself. The better yourself. It's okay to be different. You ready? Peace and respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. It's okay to be yourself. It's okay to be different. neighbor, 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 neighbor. Don't dim your light, neighbor, 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 neighbor. We don't play with spell work. Hello. Thank you, Peace. No problem, Naya. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm good. I got your back. I got your back. I got your back. I got your back. It's not a crime to have someone by your side when, people send you an evil eye. People will try to stop you from who you're trying to become, but never dim your light. Never dim your light. Never dim your light. I respect my neighbor, not to dim my light. I respect my neighbor, show them they okay. Cause I'm gonna make my neighbors day okay. Make you feel like you are worthy. Cause you matter when they overlooked you. You got potential. You wasn't the issue. And even if you was, you ain't doing the same thing you was doing before. Everybody's outgrow that mindset, but it ain't a healing process not overnight. You heard? I gotta go, everybody. Love yourself and respect your neighbor. If someone not for you, just leave them alone. Neighbor, don't sit in that evil eye, projecting spirit fool. Stay in your lane. Respect your neighbor. Stop the violence. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. Regardless of what man or woman is threatening my life, I would never hurt myself, regardless of who has me shadow banned or who's monitoring my everyday calls or monitoring my accounts or whatever the case may be. I would never hurt myself when it comes to gang stalking. Gang stalking is real to your household. Regardless if someone's trying to paint you out they're mentally unstable or they're willing to blackmail you against you, never give up on yourself, and I say it respectfully. I don't worship the devil good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day, and I'm far from a hater. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect. When God sends the right people into your life, respect's a two-way street. They act in a body weight, another shoe size, regardless of keeping poverty and pain. They know how to respect you. And they're not doing it for likes, views, or cloud chasing or fame. They're not sending you the evil lie. They're not gathering up with that hate train because they got a mind of their own. And I say that respectfully. They're not listening to he say, she say when it comes to you because they see you, they hate you, they respect you. And they want you to become your best self version of yourself because they truly, genuinely cheering you on. That energy is different, regardless of what they're going through. And I say that respectfully. When real recognize real, that energy is different. Folks ain't sending you the evil lie, don't protect the spoken in a toxic way. If someone's shooting out for you, they know how to stay in their lane. They ain't trying to gather with that hate train to kick you down. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And especially when you're not for them, they know how to stay in their lane. Always be yourself and no intentions. Have a safe year, day, evening, week, weekend. You matter, you're worthy. Regardless if it's a man or female, never allow someone to threaten your life that nobody's going to hear you or understand you at the end of the day. When they say that they're going to make sure that individuals in different tags, brackets, or regardless of what community is or content it is at the end of the day, that they're willing to go against you. And they're going to paint you to be the villain in their story. Because when other people see you, hear you, respect you, they stand up for you, they acknowledge you, and they're not trying to kick you down. And I say that respectfully. So never allow someone to make you feel like your voice doesn't matter or you have to live in fear regardless of your culture, your religion, your sexual orientation, disability, or your age. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. It's not. I never gave nobody permission to control my channel because when I exit out at the end of the day, this is not even the proper numbers that I'm actually seeing at the end of the day. That's actually watching me. And you could threaten my life, disrespect me all day long. I never signed up for someone's one-sided contract. And I say that respectfully because when it comes to my creativity, I work alone. And this is the part where you try to pay me out to be mentally unstable. Oh, she's crazy, she's delusional, whatever the case may be. It says 0 viewers. Now it says 1 viewer and 5 likes at 4:36. And it's 11:04 p.m. I would never hurt myself. Gang stalking is really real. These individuals who play behind the scenes when it comes to my creativity, trying to have me shadow ban, even gang stalk me, watching my every move, to bring harm towards me, to rob me mentally, spiritually, financially, even to try to make me homeless. I would never hurt myself, and I say that respectfully. I walk these streets alone, and I would never hurt myself. I am far from a hater. Never allow someone to make you feel like your voice doesn't matter regardless of their tax bracket. And I say that respectfully. How folks would try to say, I got your back against the wall. I stripped everything from you. I robbed you mentally, spiritually, financially. I even made you homeless. Where's your God at now? When you put things in God's hands, it's not fair. God gave you faith. I walk by faith, not by sight. Regardless of whoever you got to pay at the end of the day to pay them, keep away from me, or whatever the case may be, I would never hurt myself or my peers around me. Regardless of continue to say I'm crazy, I'm slow, I'm stupid, retarded at the end of the day, I would never hurt myself, and I never gave nobody permission to use my documentations to blackmail me against me, regardless of your tax bracket. And I say that respectfully. I would never hurt myself. I'm healing from a hate crime that was done to me. I'm Naya, genuine love respect, and today is currently October 13th, 2005, and I'm wrapping this video up at 11:06 p.m. I work alone when it comes to my creativity, regardless to what man or woman is trying to take credit for my creativity, and I say it respectfully. I'm far from a copycat, and I'm far from a hater. God was known for likes, abuse, of clout, hatred, or fame, and I say that respectfully, neighbor. Peace and respect, your neighbor, something like you anybody know them you like. Y'all don't go neighbor, know them you like.
Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a hater, what about you? Misunderstood and judged by you, far from a hater, what about you? Stop the violence in the community. Stop the violence in the community.
I'm Naya, genuine respect, and my content is not for everybody else. And I say it respectfully, it's not for everybody. It's for the genuine ones only. Now, if the trick of me, I gotta go. I'm Naya, genuine respect, and I'm far from a hater. And I say it respectfully. Have a good day.